Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today. Walking out in the sand in Huntington Beach. Just beautiful this morning. But the world, everyone is swimming in debt right now. Absolutely a disaster. And there's a lot to cover in regards to that. Please like, please subscribe to the channel, and join our email list. First things first, before I cover that, there's another cyber attack. We just covered this yesterday. Boeing got hit with one. Guess who got hit also? Ace Hardware. Now, here's the thing about this. The Ace Hardware chain, they got nailed, okay? They're completely shut down from, Monday morning when they started operation. Now, here's the thing. I have an insider who works a lot with Ace, and just sitting there saying how bleak this is and how awful this is and how just it's debilitating. Here is the worst part about this, where they should fire everybody, and that is, this is the third cyber attack for Ace Hardware. Okay? Once, okay, wow, we got really nailed that time. Okay, third time, guys, third time. Now, there's a trade publication called The Hardware Connection that was sent to me, and John Vennehusen is the CEO. Hey, listen, this is unfortunate, and we'll get together as a get through this as a team. And it's ridiculous, because think about this: their AceNet portal is down, so you can't order anything. Their shipping portal is down, so you can't receive anything to your stores. Their invoicing is down. The Ace rewards program, when people go into your store, that's down. Well, what do you mean I'm not getting my points today? Well, why? Why is that? Okay? So that's what you're experiencing. Completely down. And when? We'll figure it out as soon as we can. This is too much, guys. But when you hear about a company that had this happen before, Ace has franchises and these retailers that buy from Ace, and they're recommended retailers, they're recommended invoicing, and it's an entire portal where they make money on everything that these people do. But when you have things like this, how debilitating is this? And just another sign of the times that things are completely upside down and completely broken, and these IT problems are mounting. Now, as far as the world debt, we are hearing more and more and more about individuals being completely upside down with their own personal finances. But what's happening is that now you're having people like Jamie Dimon sound the alarm that the world is awash in debt, and that this is really troubling. And here's the quote that really made me look into this: this isn't even wartime. This is a peacetime, and we have all this debt. Thinking, wait a second, man. That's the sign of the times of what people want and what they're looking forward to, which is awful. So when you look at these nations that are upside down, forget your house. Just look at globally. We've been the world's, basically backstop here in the United States forever. You guys are having fun over there, and it's maddening, okay? But what you have is you have nations like in Africa where 50% of their revenue goes towards interest. How do you run a country like that? Oh, let me explain to you. You don't. You don't run a business, you don't run a country, you don't pay your bills, you don't get by. That's why these places are completely upside down. You haven't seen anything yet because, again, you're going to look at now as the good times. Wow, remember right before Thanksgiving of 2023 how good everything was? You could borrow money, you could, buy a house, you could, move your business forward. This is stopping, guys. When you see Jamie Dimon unloading all this stock, that is not just, hey, he's working on his retirement stuff. Nonsense, okay? Nonsense. This guy doesn't need to worry about his 401k like you and I have to, okay? It's completely different. This guy is, doing this because he knows the sign of the times, and he knows how bad things are. Now, this is an event that they're blocking the beach for Twitter, which I haven't heard anything about. So if you guys know anything about this, let me know. They said they're going to X is going to take this over. And like one guy said, oh, he just sprinkles money and he can take over everything. So there's that. I'm going to go back the other direction because it's hot. So the problem with it is that the average household is completely upside down in debt. I love all the real estate agents that now are starting to come forward and say, Dan, we don't want to say you're right. We get into meetings and, I was sharing some of your videos with some of the other agents and like, oh, I watched Dan, and we just can't have this mentality of everything being bad. They want to sell you, hey, it's all good. It's all good, buy your house. But I talked to a 25-year veteran who, in the city of Tustin, he said, don't even use my first name because everybody's going to know who he is, okay? So he's sitting there telling me what he thinks is going to happen, and he is convinced. He goes, Dan, this is going to be worse than 2008, and it's not going to be something where you're going to be pinned on one thing. It's going to be multiple things. But these high interest rates, that regardless of if the Fed doesn't raise interest rates this week, you're going to see things at a completely debilitating level when it comes to the purchase of homes. Now, the lie, and you can read the article below because I found this, was, listen, this is the sales pitch that they're pitching you. And the sales pitch is this: go buy your house at 8%. Do it, do it, do it, do it, okay? Get yourself into the property and we'll refinance you for free, okay? We're gonna refinance you for free. I got a question for you, okay? You buy a house for 800 grand, okay? Let's just use that number because that's a nice average house here in Orange County. You buy a house for $800,000 and you put 10% down, put 80 grand, say you just put $100,000 down. Okay, you got 700,000. What happens when the value of that house drops? Seriously. And it's going to, and you're starting to see cracks in the armor where things are definitely starting to break. And you have markets that are completely collapsing. You've got markets in Florida. You've got markets that are completely upside down. And the agents are like, the ones that are honest are like, God, I can't get my family and friends in this. And here's the thing, when you have a 25-year agent, he goes, Dan, I've sold people 4 and 5 houses. I've sold countless family members, and I've had people, neighbors, friends, relatives, gone to funerals because I'm so entrenched in everyone's life. What does that guy do? You think that guy's worried about one commission? No, he doesn't want this. He doesn't want to sell you a house. He wants to make sure you're happy so that he can move forward. That's the only way you're going to survive in an economy like this. Now, hey, don't worry about it. Just refinance it. That's the sales pitch. He goes, who believes this? Do you believe this? Because, the Barbara Corcorans of the world telling people, hey, don't worry, you're going to be able to refinance your house in early 2024 when interest rates drop down. That is not going to happen, guys. It's not going to happen. All these mortgage companies, I talked about it yesterday, that got rid of the bonus programs and got rid of this. Here's the other thing, and I talked about Florida in this video already. Florida has such a huge problem with the homeowners insurance that, think about this, another story below where you have somebody that went out and for the longest time they've spent $5,000 in their homeowners insurance. This year it's $17,000. Okay, that's the cheapest price they can get for homeowners insurance in Florida right now. So you go from, $450 a month, okay, to $1,500 a month. That is huge, guys. That's $1,000 for air. And the thing about this is taxes and insurance, yes, you need them, but I hate that because it doesn't benefit you. It's not like you did a home improvement and put a pool in your backyard and you're swimming in it. This is what's wrong with this. And this is what's happening all over. But do you think the insurance companies are just gouging people? No, they're not. They're losing money hand over fist right now. And you're going to see more and more insurance companies that are going to go out of business. You're going to see more and more banks go out of business. That was the thing with the Elon Musk thing yesterday and the Jamie Dimon thing. You're going to see something that's going to be presented to us as a total shock. Oh my gosh, can you believe that this happened? Okay? Now, you have to protect yourself. You have to investigate everything that you do. I don't care what it is. I'm going to sit under the pier for a second. I don't care what it is that you're going to buy, whether it's a fishing pole, okay? Something for under $100. do yourself a little bit of, favor and give yourself some research on whatever you're going to purchase right now. Do that. Do that, do that, do that, because everything is on sale right now. There are deals out there for everything right now. The car industry is completely upside down. Ford is a joke. They're about to settle the UAW strike, but at what cost? Seriously. You guys gonna go out and raise up and buy a Ford? Seriously. How about GM? It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous right now. Everything out there, every single thing that you can purchase, you can get a deal for. You're going to see a shopping season with Black Friday, which will be non-existent this year. You're going to see this completely different than we've seen in 2 decades, maybe. And that's just because people have no money, their buying power is gone to the floor, and they're worried about their jobs. Again, the best gifts are the thoughtful gifts, okay? We're gonna be doing something fun in the channel to get you guys some fun stuff and discounts and giveaways and things like that. But, share your thoughts on this stuff so far. Again, another cyber attack, but from the insider's point of view, it's destroying the company, Dan. Absolutely upside down. Completely the worst thing that could happen at this time of the year, because think about it, guys, end of the month, and you've got to ship things for, the holidays. Here's the thing about Ace hardware stores I like, and they're independently owned and operated, and they're part of the company, but depending on the size of the store, they have a lot of tchotchke stuff for the holidays and for different products and stuff. I went in one of them and they had the ability to make your new car keys for your key fobs. It was the coolest thing ever. For $96 they can do that. They're all different, but they're all basically on hold. Oh, we can do a cash transaction today for you. Yeah, you won't get your points. Now, here's the other one that got me is the New York Times. How many people do you think work in the IT department of the New York Times? I'm thinking, you probably got 12, right? How about 700 guys? Now, they're on strike because they want the IT workers to go back to the office. And these guys are like, we don't want to go back to the office. We hate being in the office. Now, here is the only thing in defense of people not going back to the office. I love IT people. I love how brilliant they are. I love how they can create things and you can sit there and tell you what they want, and they can create websites, and they can solve all these problems for you digitally. But they're a weird group of people. They don't like to socialize. They don't want to sit there at the coffee pot and have a conversation with you. They don't want to talk. They don't want to look at you. I knew an IT guy, and I still have one of them that's great. But this guy works for basically 11 o'clock at night to about 5 in the morning, and he lives locally. I could drive to his house right now. But that guy, no. You call him now, you call him in the morning? Huh, not gonna catch him. God knows what he's doing. He's probably a vampire for all I know. But that guy is brilliant, but that guy doesn't socialize. Every now and then, about once or twice a year, we have to sit down and have meetings where we have to lay things out, and it's awful. The New York Times IT people went on strike. They're refusing, as of tomorrow, to go back to the office. They don't want to have anything to do with the office, so they just joined the News Guild of New York. Okay, why don't you guys start your own labor union? It's called Dan's Labor Union, okay? Think about that. So the New York Times is like, well, who's this? We don't recognize that group. That's not a real union. We're not going to be beholden to these people. So the News Guild of New York is saying, hey, listen, we want to negotiate. You need to negotiate and fairly with us. And they're like, we don't acknowledge you people, okay? So let me know what you guys think about this stuff so far, because I think it's funny. But in defense of the IT people, man, why? Why do you want those guys in the office? Well, it's for collaboration. It's to work together. No, that's the sales staff. That's the marketing staff. That's people in the office that are lazy. The IT guys, is your work done? Is the problem fixed? Do you answer my text and my phone calls when I reach out to you because my email's down? Yeah, Ted does that all the time. As if you do that, then there shouldn't be an issue, guys. So let me know what you think about this so far. I'm gonna go walk down Main Street and get something to eat. As I'm walking down here filming, I had somebody stop me and say, hey, are you familiar with HubSpot? And I'm like, yeah, that's the CRM marketing program company. Well, they're completely down right now. So as of the filming this, I don't know if they got hit with a cyber attack, but they're down. And what I want to talk to you guys about is, you know, if you have a business that has leads and has customer contacts and things like that, I behoove you to do this, because when I had one of my companies, I insured my leads. I went and had an insurance policy that if something happened to them, that we would be financially secure with that. You need to work on things like that. You also need to have key people in your personal life and in your business life that know how to get into things like that. In other words, take your existing leads and have a date. Some people say quarterly. I think it should be no more than monthly. I mean, at least monthly, that you go out and you copy all the leads and they get put to another location. So if something happens, you have a spreadsheet. You have them someplace else on a zip drive, something that can be protected and be put in a safe in case there is some type of attack or something happens or you get shut down, you know, and people are like, oh, that's crazy. Then that's why you hire a company like HubSpot. Well, HubSpot's down as of the filming of this video. So the next thing are these regional banks. You know, everybody's swimming in debt, the whole world. These regional banks, I've heard nothing but problems with them. And when you think about this, okay, great story, about 15 of the 18 largest regional banks, so mid-sized banks here in California, have had major charge-off problems where they have loans that are bad. Business loans, credit cards, things that are uncollectible at this point. Think about this also. They have office buildings that are being turned back in, and the majority of the office space here in Southern California is financed by these regional banks. Hey, Ted, you go to mid-level bank is who you go to finance the building you're purchasing. Okay, and you know, when you read the article, you've got healthcare companies that went out of business that were never supposed to go out of business. Oil and gas lease companies that went out of business that were never supposed to go out of business. So it is a matter of time until this just catches up with everyone, okay? It's that simple. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. Protect yourself. That's the other thing is, who knows what's going on in your life, okay? Who do you trust that knows where your checking accounts are at, your savings account? Where's your gold and silver at? Where's your money at? Where's the cash that you have hidden? Where's that at? Who knows that? Okay? Now, I'm a firm believer in not telling people certain things, okay? And keeping things to yourself, but you have to have a way for people to get a hold of something. Like, hey, if something happens to me, go look for this envelope, because it'll tell you where everything's at. That's the type of thing people should have. Why not have that with your company? You know what? There was this one corny thing that I saw a company do where they had the flag bearer and the flag bearer of the data in the company, and they would hold the flag. And if this person left, somebody else held the flag. And that's kind of cool. So final thing in this video is you guys have been inundated and seen all those commercials for the employee retention credit, where hey, did you keep people during COVID when you kept an employee and they were on your payroll? You could be entitled up to $26,500 a piece. The problem with this is that there were a lot of unscrupulous timeshare type hardcore grinding salespeople that got into this industry. There's a great article about the company Innovation Refunds that we have seen. I guarantee you, if you breathe and you can fog up a mirror and you've turned a television on or your radio, you've seen and heard these commercials over the course of the last year and a half. Well, because of these guys and companies like that that did such hardcore grinding, listen, you're totally entitled to this $26,500. Not so fast. A lot of these people got refunds that they weren't supposed to get, guys. So what's happening? They're getting audited by the IRS. They're being told, hey, listen, we wrote you a check for $286,000 and you need to refund that. You're entitled to $12,000 of it. Okay, you know. So if it's too good to be true, sometimes it is. So the other thing that this part of this that I can't stand is I know people, especially in the medical space for some reason, where the doctors who just made all this money and had people work like dogs got that money, got that employee retention credit money, and didn't pay anybody, didn't give anybody anything, didn't give them a bonus, didn't give them a day off, didn't give them anything. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys, but I'm telling you, the world is in debt right now, and you're going to see major problems. And look at Jamie Dimon. Just get yourself in order. Be ready. Just wanted to do a quick video this morning, and let me know what you think about this. But it'll be interesting to see how HubSpot plays out. But again, warning after warning after warning. When you see companies like HubSpot already had a cyber attack when I started researching it in 2022 that affected all these other companies. Enough, guys, enough. You have to have a CRM system that keeps track of your data, okay, and your leads and your customer base and things like that. But if you don't have that protected, that's on you, 100% on you. And again, I don't care if you're a one-person company, you need to have your data, and you need to know what would happen if your computer froze up, if you dropped your computer, if there was a flood and your computer got destroyed. Oh, well then I guess I would be screwed. Yeah, you would be, okay? Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and join the email list, and reach out if you guys have any questions. Onward and upward. I'll see you guys soon.